Hi, joining me on the line today is Chad Hovind. He's the senior pastor of Horizon Community Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. He graduated from the Moody Bible College in Chicago, and he is a fellow Austrian economist of all things. He actually has taught a series called Godonomics, Liberty, Prosperity, and Generosity, a pastor talking about economics from the Austrian view. How about that? Chad, great to have you on Follow the Money Weekly Radio.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we ran across your product, Godonomics. It caught my eye because your emphasis is upon liberty, prosperity, generosity, three things that are so greatly intertwined. And as I was looking through the video series, you have some really interesting titles. One is, session one, what would God say to Adam Smith? Another one, what would God say to Karl Marx? You also talk about quantitative easing and what's happening at the Fed, but you bring it from a pastoral mindset to allow people to understand what the Bible might have to say about all of this. What inspired you to do this?
Well, I did the series about 3 years ago. I had folks asking about the economy and said, does God have anything to say about these ideas? The idea of inflation, of our currency. People could feel that they didn't have the buying power that they were going to. They could feel that the economy itself seemed weak and feeble. But they said, does the Bible have anything to say about it? And I said, it sure does. And it addresses so many of these issues, yet pastors haven't addressed it. So it began as a Bible study in Proverbs 31 for me, where it actually lays out the biblical case for free market capitalism and how an economy should work. It takes a businesswoman in Proverbs 31, it celebrates her, and it says, any good economy begins with producing. She considers a field to see whether or not it produces. Why not buy any field? Because some fields don't produce. So it starts with production. Then Proverbs 31 says, and she profited from it. And rather than profit being a four-letter word, as it's become today, where we demonize people, the Bible says, give her her profits, and it is the fruit of her labor. That was the incentive by which she produced. It says at the same time, she took that money, she invested it into another vineyard. And right in the middle of that passage, it says she discerned that her merchandise was good. Well, why is that? Because if you're not selling a merchandise with a price and quality other people want, if you're not focusing on other people's needs, you're not going to make a profit. So free market capitalism allows you to get blessed with profit yourself, but only by putting other people's needs ahead of your own. And what I love about that passage, she continues. She produces, she profits, she saves. Then she invests in another vineyard, hires more people, blesses more people. Says she works day and night. She doesn't eat of the bread of idleness. And then it says she gives to the poor, and she extends her hand to the needy. So here are these linchpins of capitalism, free market capitalism, not crony capitalism, these ideas of incentive, these ideas of property rights, and these ideas of making money, profiting from it, and then blessing other people through generosity. It's all there in like 4 verses.
So you're a pastor out in Cincinnati. You're talking to the folks out there. How big is your church? I mean, how many people are out there?
We have about 1,500 people in the building on a given Sunday and about 3,000 people who call Horizon home.
All right. So you got people there listening to you each and every week. You're obviously not talking about